Hello, hi, hello, hello. Oh, the dress looks brown on here. I'm wearing the dress I don't really like. It's too dull for me. Too dreary. Not me at all. Oops, let's get the camera set up right. It's already looking dark. You can tell we've had the longest day. Last week it was bright and cheerful at this time of the night, but now it's just not, yeah. Right, I've got to cast on 56 stitches for my sleeves. I'm here on my own at the moment. Nobody's here. Oh, I've got one person in. Hello, one person. Let's see who it will be, this one person. See if they will say hello to me. Right. Looking for the... Oh, it's Munchkin. Hi there. I wondered who it was who was in there. Thanks for my thumbs up. Yeah, it's already going dark. This time last week it was bright sunshine. Hi, Nerdy Stitcher. And I'm thinking already, my goodness, I should have put the light on and drawn the curtains. But this time last week it was absolutely bright, wasn't it? Yeah, I've got my boring dress on. It looks a weird colour on here. Hi, Lydia. I decided I don't like it. I know it's my new dress, but I decided it's just not me. You have to water. Oh, sorry, Shad. Hi, good Miss Glow. Shad said something, but I think he got type his fingers. You went for a walk. Oh, you must be mad walking for in that weather. We've had a bit of sunshine today. I wouldn't say it was hot, but at least I've not had to have a cardigan on, which is an absolute change. Yeah. Maybe I would have liked my dress a lot more if I'd have had to put a cardigan on. Oh dear. It's the first time I've worn it and I'm looking at it thinking it's just not me. Not me at all, yeah. Not me. I'm used to brighter colours. I feel like an old mum in it. I know I am an old granny, but still. Never mind. I'll do my casting on. Then I'll have to put the light on. It's really dark. Really, really dark. Hi, Amanda. Oh, you're cross-stitching a bit. Or you're cross-stitching a bit. Depends on where you put the comma, doesn't it? With me, it would be I am cross-stitching a bit. That would be me. I'm not particularly cross today. I'm just not in a brilliant mood because my back hurts and my stomach. Oh. But we will smile and we will carry on because nobody wants to know you when you're poorly. Yeah. It's really getting dark in here. I'm going to have to draw my curtains. Usually I wait a bit before I do that, don't I? Let me count my stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. 4 more to do. What's happened there? What have you done there? Now I've got 5 more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. Oh, God, did I hurt myself, Lydia? I went with a right wallop. I was laying on the floor thinking, oh, my God. You've got to water the garden because it's 95 degrees. Well, yeah. I'd send you a bit of water, but it's not actually raining today. Good evening, Linda. Yeah. I was more bothered in case I'd knocked I call it my fake knee. My son calls me out for calling it that, but it's a fake knee, isn't it? It's not a real one, it's a fake one. I thought I might have, displaced it, because it goes in a little socket thing like that. And I thought, oh my God, have I really bashed it? But funny enough, even though it's sore, I'm actually walking on it better than I did before I fell. So maybe by walloping it went into the position it should have been in the first place, because it was never in the right position. They wouldn't admit it to me, but I overheard them talking outside me cubicle when I went back, saying that it wasn't in the right position because my knee had been bowed, so they couldn't get it in straight like that. So I've been walking with my knee kind of like that angle all the time since I've had it done. I can't straighten it out. So maybe now I've walloped it, well, maybe it'll straighten out. Fingers crossed. We don't know. Maybe my wallop did it some good. Hi, Ethan. Hello, everybody. You've had 2 meniscus surgeries. I've got a fake knee. I need another one, and I don't want it because this one has not been a wonderful success. So, yeah. Well, I've had my osteoarthritis since well before you then, Nerdy Stitcher. I think I started in my 40s with mine. I've got my Frida Kahlo cup today. Oh, that's nice. I got some coffee the other day. Nescafe Alter Rico, if you've heard of it. It's nice coffee, a bit stronger than I usually buy. What the heck's going on here now? Oh, that's great. Now I've got a gather in my skirt. You have to excuse me, I'm not at my best today. Right, I'm going to draw the curtains and put the light on. Be back in a moment. Oh, eat. Oh. Oh. I'll unplug my... There we go. And it's all gone dark. Look at that. This is my frock. I don't like it. It feels mumsy. It feels like something my granny would wear. I just don't like it. It looked nicer on the hanger than it looks on me. Oh, just don't like it at all. Mine started, I think, after I had a hysterectomy. And they told me that I should have had, well, they told me much, much later in life that I should have been taking calcium tablets, which I did. You keep having buffering issues, oh dear. Oh, it's probably my computer because mine keeps switching off. I've got my fingers crossed it doesn't switch itself off. I keep having issues with it. I think it's a loose connection or a loose wire somewhere, and I can't quite resolve it. I've tried fiddling with all the wires. I've tried plugging them in again, and I think, yep, got it now, got it sorted. And then, poof, it starts doing it again. Well, there's nobody in the house, so I can't say anybody's pinching my bandwidth today. They're up in Scotland with the dogs. Not back till tomorrow, I think, maybe. So I've had the house to myself, yeah. Done a bit of washing, done a few bits and bobs, went into the shed. I was going to do some work in the shed, but my back is not assisting, let's just say. Don't want to go into it because otherwise it turns into a whingy, whiny program, doesn't it? And I don't want that. I want to forget about it. It's just whenever I start to do anything, I remember about it. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm drinking my Nescafe Alter Rico coffee. I've done the back and 2 fronts on the cardigan. I'm now just casting on the first sleeve. So then after that, I think I'll start something in crochet. I like to do crochet as well as knitting because then you're using different muscles in your hands, aren't you? So, when your hand gets tired with the knitting, you can swap over and do a bit of crochet. But at the moment, apart from the cardigan, I was attempting to make Harry Styles style, if you know what I mean, that I gave up on about 6 months ago. I haven't got any crochet apart from that. I need to do some bits and bobs with things, yeah. I was going to start doing some cushion covers, with bright colours, with like granny squares and things, to use up some of the bits and pieces I've got in the cupboard. When you've got half a ball, a quarter of a ball, you don't know quite what to do with it, and don't say a blanket. I'm thinking of doing some cushion covers. You've restarted your iMac. I haven't. I've only got a PC. I haven't got fancy stuff. I haven't got a phone that does anything either. Mm, never mind. Maybe I'll win the lottery tonight. Maybe I won't. But yeah. Hi, Susan. Well, if your family keeps texting you, at least you're in their thoughts, aren't they? My family don't text me anything. Occasionally friends text me things. Oh, I did speak to Trev. He did phone me. He said he's going to try and come on later, if you know Trev. Yeah. Kiss my stained glass, yeah. So he might come on later, yeah. You're about to go do not disturb. Right, okay, do not disturb nerdy. She's stitching. What am I knitting? I'm knitting the same cardigan I've been knitting for about the last 2 weeks, yeah. It's in lilac. I've started on the sleeve now. I've done the back and the 2 fronts. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a cardigan. Yeah. Yeah, it came from Ephraim sent it to me. It's one of Hobbies or Hobie's yarns. Hi, Esther. Hi, won't be true. Yeah, you got 6. I've only got 1 child, yeah. He doesn't send me any text messages. Hi, Connie. How are you? Yeah, I might do some crochet dishcloths when I get around to it. Right. It's very soft. I like working with it. Yeah, well, one time they had an excuse, didn't they? Because the long distance calls were high. Mine lives with me, so he doesn't need to send me messages. It's lovely and soft. It's acrylic, and it's really, really. I've enjoyed working with it. It doesn't split. I've quite enjoyed with it actually. So yeah, Ephraim sent it to me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44. And now I've only got 52, and I should have 54. Oh. Oh, never mind. We can just increase. My knee's still a bit sore, but it's not like it was. It's not, like twinging anymore. It's just bruised, and when I just sort of catch it on something, it just, hurts a bit. But apart from that, I got let off quite lightly, really, considering on me, on my lovely slim self went wallop on one knee. Yeah. You got a Hello Kitty hairbrush. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming along. My back hurts more. I didn't realise I jarred my back, but you concentrate, don't you, on the bit you've banged, and I was concentrating on my knee being sore, and I didn't realise like I'd hit my elbow, my shoulder, and I'd banged my hip, and the hip's having a knock-on effect, and my back's sore now. But I'm sure it will all resolve itself. I'm not exactly a spring chicken that can bounce back these days. Yeah, yeah. I hate falling. I wouldn't mind if I fell over something, but half the time I don't fall over anything. I did actually fall over the edge of the bedspread. That's what I did, caught my feet in the edge of the bedspread. Well, one of my feet. Yeah. Are you wearing scrunchies? Right. Okay. My hair's that thin. I haven't got enough hair to do a scrunchie. I was watching a lady and she bought like $31 worth of stuff. And she made hair scrunchies out of this velvet, and she made some, like head triangle things that you put on your hair. And she sold every one of them. And I worked out that she'd made about $300. And I'm like, I'm in the wrong profession here, yeah. Yeah, you like Hello Kitty. It's not been one of my favourites, Hello Kitty. Some people are crazy about them, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, I did that the other day, Lydia. I put my knitting in my bag, and I'm always so careful when I put them in. And when I pulled it out, oh, yeah, half of the stitches were off. Thankfully, it was on the stocking stitch part of it. Why are you so obsessed with Hello Kitty? It's for little girls, isn't it? I've never really cared for Hello Kitty. I'm out of touch because I don't watch these, these sort of channels where these cartoon creatures are. They're usually Japanese, aren't they, or Chinese or something. And I watch people and they're making these hats and they're like, this is that and that's that. I mean, one of them is Rose, from the Philippines. And she's always making these fancy, fancy hats and stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know what she's talking about. She's talking about some cartoons, and I don't watch them, so I don't know. No, I've never been into anything like that, Hello Kitties and things like that. Is anybody else into cartoon characters and stuff? Or is it just me? Hey, Chris. Yeah. Hello. I've cast on for my sleeve. I've done the back and two fronts now, Chris. But I still don't like my dress. I think it's horrible. Hey, Connie. Oh, they look stupid, don't they? They look dressed in like baby clothes. Oh, I'm just not into this K-pop stuff. And yeah, they're dancing around with looking stupid. There's a woman who keeps coming up on my YouTube, and I think she's in Japan or something. And she's got a channel that sells a lot of these clothes and that, you know, and I'm like, really? And she's the same. She goes, nang, 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 when she's talking, and I'm like, oh, grow up. She must be about 40. I don't knit anything with a face, you know. I'm like, I've got that teddy bear book, and you know, my friend said to me, I haven't found you any eyes yet. I said, don't panic, don't panic. I said, I'm still thinking if I'm going to make a teddy. I haven't even got one. Oh gosh, no. Oh, the commercial for chair yoga. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, if I could lift my legs up and down, Chris, yeah, then I wouldn't need the chair yoga, would I? No. I think we'll just put you down as a Hello Kitty fanatic nerdy. Hmm. No, I don't mind a couple of stuffed animals, but one of the girls at Knit Club, she crochets and crochets. I mean, she does do them for her grandchildren, to be fair. She doesn't keep them for herself, but she's always making crochet toys and things. I wouldn't have the patience. I'd rather make a garment, something that's useful, you know, something that you can wear. Hmm, yeah. I've been watching, what she call the Crafty Nana. She's been upcycling things that she's got in a charity shop. But she uses spray paint and paints things. I mean, she's very artistic. If I put paint on anything that I bought, it'd look like I've been painting the backyard, you know, and I've splattered it on myself. I've not got the art and that. You know, I'm not very artistic. I've come to that conclusion. No, I used to have a fair amount of stuffed toys when I lived on my own, but when I came here, I've just limited myself to three. I've got three, that's all I've got. No, I've just never been into Hello Kitty. It's just never, you know, even when it was in its heyday and everybody was Hello Kitty, this, that, and the other, you know, I was never, no, never into it at all. As I say, I don't like this Japanese K-pop music stuff. Boys that look like girls, girls that look like boys, some that are not quite sure, you know. I'm just not into it at all. I haven't got the tension for knitting and crocheting toys. You need to have a fairly tight tension. They're usually done on a tiny hook or tiny needles, and I haven't got the patience these days for stuff like that. I'd rather knit a cardigan. Oh, sorry about this, my back's hurting. I think you're just an Hello Kitty fanatic, aren't you? I've never been that fussed about anything in particular. You know, if I like something, I might get one thing, you know. But I'm not, like you said, fanatical about anything like that. I found a shawl anyway that might liven this dress up. Anything to do something with it. I've only just bought it, so I should be wearing it, but it's just not me at all. Yeah, tiny needles, tiny hooks. Have you seen those people who do those miniature ammies? They're about half an inch tall, aren't they, when they do them? They must crochet them out of sewing thread. Have you seen them? They're really, really small. No, I don't have screensavers. My screensaver is just the normal one that they give you on the PC. Hi, Kiwi. Yeah. Shad came on and then he said he was going to water the garden because it was 95 degrees and he'd come back in a minute. So he's around somewhere. He may come back on after he's watered his garden. So he has been on here today. Did I tell you I had a phone call from Trevor yesterday? Yeah, I had a long chat with him before. It was nice out the blue. Yeah. We've not got Nathan today, have we? You want to practice? Yeah, it is, but it's only practice, isn't it? I try to knit and crochet alternatively, so that I use different muscles with my hands. My love really is crochet. Because knitting really, when I've been doing it for so long, it hurts my shoulders and hurts my arms. And also I bang into the side of the chair because I knit with one, I knit like Ephraim. I knit with one needle under my arm. I can't knit on round circular needles. That's probably another reason why I don't do amigurumis, because a lot of them you have to go round and round, don't you? I wouldn't know what to do with them. If I made them all, I wouldn't know where to put them. Yeah, you do, yeah. Because since I've been recovering, well, it's more or less recovered now, since my hand operation. I started knitting after the operation because, oh, thank you, excuse me, thank you. Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs in the air, please. After I'd had my operation, I found it a little bit difficult to crochet. So I got my knitting needles out and thought, oh, I wonder if I can knit. And I could. I could knit rather than, doing the crochet. So that's why I went back to doing knitting. But I'm getting a bit bored with me knitting now because it's slow. It takes you much, much longer when you're knitting anything than it does when you crochet. When you crochet, you can have it done like in a week. And oh, it's the way you've been taught. That's what it is, isn't it? I got taught to knit when I was tiny with my needle under my arm, and now I can't get the hang of it any other way. I've tried knitting on, circular needles. A girl at Knit Club, she brought this beautiful shawl in. It was one of Stephen West's. It was a knitted shawl. And it's in very fine yarn, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So fine and beautiful. But you would have to have used a circular needle because she had about 600 stitches on at the end, when she got to the wide bit. Um, so I thought, well, I couldn't do that. Couldn't get 600 stitches on a pair of needles. But I just cannot knit with, freely under my arm. I can't do it with, on my knee or something. I just can't do circulars at all. So like I said, it's the way. I mean, for the first 50, 60 years of my life, the circular needles weren't around really. Well, they were, but they weren't as widely used. It was only started in about the 2000s that everything started to be circular, yeah. And now, unless it's a UK pattern, when you buy an American knitting pattern, it's nearly always done on circulars, and I have to throw them away virtually, not use them. Yeah, yeah. I would have it under my arm, and it would be out. I'd be knitting out here, wouldn't I? Yeah, I'd be looking for the end of my needle, wouldn't I? Yeah, I mean, there's certain things I would love to knit. I've got an itchy nose. You're not too late, Shan. Never too late to join in. Yeah, amigurumi is difficult. I can't get my tension tight enough. Yeah, I tend to be a little bit of a slack knitter, even though I use smaller needles when I'm knitting than what it says on the pattern. I still don't knit tight enough for toys because they don't look nice if the stuffing's poking out of them, do they? Well, it's not that. It's dangerous if the stuffing starts poking out, isn't it? You know. I think Sean's cornering the market in succulents, aren't you, Sean? You'll be running out of window bottoms in a bit, and it'll be like the triffids in your house. You'll be battling your way to the front door in a bit. She seems to have green fingers, or is it green thumbs, when it comes to plants. I certainly don't. I battle to keep anything alive, I tell you. You're going some errands, are you, Lydia? Okie dokie. We shall see you later then. Hopefully you might come back before I've gone off again. Yeah. I can't keep things alive, me. I'm hopeless with plants. My mother was the one. She would just get a little cutting or something and just stick it in the pot and no faffing about, no nothing. And it would grow. Whereas I would be nurturing it, putting plant food thing on it and that, and it would die. Yeah. Hi, Yolanda. I think you've either got the knack of it or you don't. Yeah, yeah, you're like me mum, Shan, you Ash. My mum used to just pop things in a plant pot and it used to grow, yeah. 3:39 in Texas. It's 39 minutes past 9 here in the UK. Yeah. Yeah, I went in the shed today intending to do some work in there, but as usual, I didn't. I didn't do any. I start off with really good intentions, but there's only so much you can do sitting in a chair. And I've got so much, there's not a lot of room in the middle. You know, I've got wool either side. So I can't like roll my chair down and, do a bit. Hi, Jillian. I haven't got anything in me. I've got itchy nose. Yeah, I learnt to knit when I was 5. I didn't learn to crochet until I was about 13, when I had tonsillitis and I was in bed. My mother got fed up with me banging on the floor. So she brought a crocheting hook up. Don't forget, I lived above the shop. She gave me a crocheting hook. She gave me a ball of wool and I learned to crochet book and said, stop knocking on the floor. Oh dear. Yeah, there was no such thing as YouTube videos. I mean, trying to learn off a book, it's not the best. Those diagrams are not the best. Yeah, you bought a Boston fern. I wish I could. My mum was the dab hand with plants. I've managed to keep a lemon geranium alive, but there's no flowers on it. I've managed to keep it alive. And I've got a tall plant thing, and I don't know what it is. It was one of my mum's. I've managed to keep that alive. The only thing that flourished with me was a great big whopping cheese plant. It was huge. It grew so large I had to give it away because everybody said, oh, yeah, we know what Janet's house is. It's the one with the tree in the window, yeah. Oh, you should have had a word with Shan. She's got spider plants all over the place, yeah. Crochet diagrams are a little bit tricky. Some of them are okay, but have you ever tried drops patterns? Boy, they are not the easiest. Hi, Jill. Hiya. I find drops patterns really hard to follow, yeah. Yeah. I would have learnt off a video, no doubt, but, you know, there wasn't any such thing. There wasn't even an internet when I was a girl. I never even had a computer until I was in my 50s. Oh, drops patterns are, oh. I mean, I've managed to battle my way through a few of them, but they're difficult. I don't like it when it says, um, you know, this pattern, that pattern, that pattern. And it says do so many stitches of A, so many stitches of B. And they're not the same number of rows. You know, A can have 12 rows, B can have 10, C can have 8 rows. And, oh, you know, I had all these bits of paper with things written on them, yeah. You got permission to do video. I wish you would do some video tutorials. Because certain ones I've never been able to understand, Kiwi. Yeah, you don't mind if if you're following A, B, C, D, if they've got the same number of rows. But when they've all got different numbers of rows and you're supposed to keep them all straight, I'm like, no, I can't do it. I remember watching, what was she called? Cozy Cottage or something. And she really struggled with one of them. She was crocheting a cardigan, I think. She was, well, she wasn't cursing because she's a minister, but she was really getting. Oh, you checking out? Well, I'll tell Shad if he comes back. You came in to say hello, yeah. He went to water his garden. He must have had a big garden, I think, yeah. You've got one on the fairy glass cardigan. I think I might have seen that one. Might have seen it. I tend not to watch tutorials unless I actually want to do. You've got me on the big screen. Don't. Nathan had me on a 64-inch telly the other day. That would be showing me wrinkles, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've got some pills I need to pop, but not like your pills. Mine are just. I'm actually taking anti-inflammatories, which I shouldn't take because of my stomach issues, but yeah. To be honest with you, I haven't looked on the Drops site for quite a while. I used to always look on the Drops site because they did used to have some lovely, lovely patterns. But I haven't looked on it for a while. Oh, they don't come to me. I don't think they're like the dogs. Our dogs just, well, one of them just bares her teeth and they soon go away. It comes in handy having a dog, anti-social dog at times. My Buster used to have a very good line in Menacing. You know, he had lovely teeth when he bared them, you know. People just, he was as soft as anything, yeah. Yeah, he just, if I said see him off, yeah, that was his command, like see him off. And he would. He would see them off. He would literally bare his teeth and bark like mad, yeah. You want a ring camera on your bedroom door, yeah. Ian's got that on his camper van. You shall not pass. He's got that on the back of his camper van. I should have that on the back of my mobility scooter. I always get the dilly-dallies that walk right into me. They're that busy looking at the phone. They walk right into me. And I'm like, can you not see me? For goodness sake. Oh, diddly-doo. That's my phone. Wonder where Nathan is. Wonder if he's gone out tonight. Let's have a look if he sent me a message. No, no, no. I thought he might have sent me a message saying he was doing something or something. Oh, I can't get my back comfy. Oh, the big rocks on the... Honestly, they're putting them where there isn't any houses. I would have thought they would have put the sea defences more where, you know, the sea could come over the wall and flood. Apparently there was a flood where I'm living, like in 1977, I think. The high tide breached over the wall and came flooding into the estate. So this is why they're spending all this money putting all those big rocks, you know, for sea defences to stop it happening again. But they've dug a great big hole. You could fit a double-decker bus in it and putting all these rocks in. And there's nobody on the other side. On the other side of, if there was a breach in the sea defences, there's only the golf course, unless the golf course is paying for it all. I don't know. Oh, there's the boating lake, there's the crabbing lake, and all right, Kiwi, thank you. Oh gosh, I feel sorry for, you know, Crochet Rocks where she's living. All the coast is falling into the sea there, isn't it? And they're not spending any money on that, are they? I can remember years and years ago, well, it must be years ago because the poor bloke's been dead for years. We went down to, I think it was Bournemouth and Max Bygraves, and quite a lot of people had these massive houses, and they were all falling. They were all falling into the sea. His house has probably disappeared by now. It's probably fallen in. But where Tracy Crochet Rocks lives, a lot of the bungalows just further down the road from her have fallen into the sea. You know, all this erosion. At least we don't have that. We get the high tides, don't we? We don't get the erosion. We don't have any cliff edges. I think it's cliffs that tend to do that, isn't it? You know, living perched on the top of a cliff. Bit scary, isn't it? Looks nice in the picture postcards, but yeah, the Isle of Wight, yeah. The only thing I remember about the Isle of Wight was when we went there was getting all the different coloured sand. And we had a little, like a test tube thing for ages, where you put little different colours of sand in, and then you put a cork in the end. And it stayed like that, all these different colours. That's all I can remember about the Isle of Wight. Oh, and we went to see a park that had these Jurassic things, because our Ian was only small, and he fell. He went on one of those zip wire things, and he fell off it. This woman was quite impressed because I fished this sort of first aid box from underneath the car seat. It had everything but the kitchen sink in it. And she said, "You're prepared, aren't you?" I said, "You have to be with a child like mine." He was always doing something. We never went anywhere without, well, there weren't wet wipes then, but there was like a wet cloth and things like that, and plasters, antiseptics, everything in this box we had. Didn't dare go anywhere without any of that. Wherever we went, he fell over. People used to say to me, "Why is he always in shorts?" And I said, "It's cheaper than keep buying him jeans." Because when he fell, he skinned his knees. But when he fell in jeans, he took the knee out of his jean. And it wasn't fashionable back then to have holes in your jeans. I mean, now he would have been the height of fashion, wouldn't he, with big holes ripped in his jeans. But back then, you didn't send your kid out with a hole in his jeans because he was considered to be very poor if you did that. Do you know, the reason I'm not knitting so well is this dress is very shiny material and I can't get a grip on my needle. My needle keeps sliding out from under my arms. Yeah, Tracy lives on the Isle of Sheppey. I've never been there. In fact, I'd never really heard of it, until she'd said went for a walk one time. It was a while back, showing all these houses, things that's fallen in the sea. One of her old videos. It's probably still there if you look. Where she went walking down the end of her street and saw these. One house was like hanging over the end, and another one had gone altogether. One of her neighbours was on the telly one time, playing it because, nobody was helping them, and he was losing his house, and he wasn't getting any help off the government or anything. The trouble is you can't get insurance and things if your house is subject to subsidence and stuff. I mean, where I used to live, the houses were actually built on top of a coal mine, you know. So we had a bit of subsidence, cracks in the ceiling and stuff. I mean, the coal mine was long gone before we bought the house, but we still had the repercussions, yeah. When we first moved in, I used to swear blind they were still working the pit because you could hear rumbling noises as if, there was like, those truck things that you use in a pit. It sounded like one of those rolling around. My ex-husband said I was like, "You're hearing things." He said, "You're just hearing things." But it distinctly sounded like, when it was very quiet in the middle of the night. And you're up with the baby, you're feeding the baby and it's all still and quiet. I used to swear blind I could hear the wagons moving around. They kept saying, no, the pit's still there, but it's nobody using it. I thought, really? Sure, somebody is. And then we had 3 great big cooling towers. It might have been the wind blowing through the tunnels, but it sounded like somebody rolling stock along, yeah. Then we had 3 huge cooling towers. We used to call them the egg cups, and they blew them up because I remember standing on the top of my street watching them go down. They blew them all up. And after that, they built a prison on top of it. Yeah. Something Bank Prison it was called. It was one of those open prisons where people were always escaping from. It's always in the news. There's always somebody died in there. It's not a high security prison. Mind you, I remember I used to work near Strangeways Prison. And I worked there at the time that they had the riots and everybody sitting on the roof. And they used to be shouting down. You back with some water, yeah. They used to be shouting down to me when I was parking my car, you know, have you got any sandwiches? Can you throw us any sandwiches up on the roof? And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not aiding and abetting any prisoners. And they were throwing the tiles off the roof and throwing them down onto the car park. Luckily, it never hit my car. But I used to work at a perfume warehouse back in the day, and it was right next to the prison. I can't remember what year that was. Oh, gosh, it would have been about 20-odd years ago when I worked at a perfume warehouse. It's not there now because they moved to different premises. I think the Rainbow Cosmetics, it was called. I think it's still going, the cosmetics, but I think they moved up to Whitefield. They moved away from Strangeways. Everybody called that district Strangeways, even though it was just the prison's still there, obviously. But the whole area where the houses were and everything, there was a great big pile of, like dodgy shops, like fake counterfeit stuff. They've blitzed it recently and shut them all down and stuff because they were selling counterfeit T-shirts, handbags, anything, you name it. You used to get it down at Strangeways. But I think they've shut it all down now. Well, they've tried to anyway. None of the shops were legit. None of them sold anything that was really Nike or really Adidas. It was all fake stuff. It used to be packed though on a Sunday. You couldn't get down there. And then there'd be all the stalls, selling the hot dogs and stuff like that. They'd all be there. I used to go to the warehouses, but not them. I've got itchy nose. It must be fibres off this wall. I used to go to the warehouses, not those warehouses. I used to go to the legitimate warehouses that were the other side of Strangeways. Because, like Sunday, the shop was closed. So if I needed anything from the warehouses, I used to have to go on a Sunday. That's the trouble when you work for yourself. People say, oh, I'd love to have my own business. You don't get a day off. On your day off, day of rest, you've got to do all your housework, all your shopping. And bear in mind, back then, the shops didn't open 24 hours. They didn't open on a Sunday. So trying to get your grocery shopping was a bit of a nightmare. Nobody opened till 10 o'clock at night back in the day, and nobody opened on a Sunday. So, trying to do your big shop was a bit of a nightmare. And I used to have to go to the warehouses on a Sunday if I needed buttons and stuff like that. Yeah. You got a new thermos cup? Yeah. I need to drink more water. I really do. You were checking your pepper plants. I'm just carrying on with my sleeve here. I don't know how many rows I've got to do for me cuff. Yeah, this dress is a bit slidey, slippy. It's coming out from underneath. Yeah. Well, it would. I've had my blood. I haven't had the naughty girl phone call yet, Jill. I went and had my blood done on Monday. I was expecting my naughty girl phone call. Not had it yet. Will do. Well, plants don't seem to know whether they're coming or going, do they? I mean, I don't have plants in my garden. Well, my daughter-in-law grows some shrubs and things, but we don't have any vegetables or anything in the garden. And some of the ladies at Knit Club were saying that their garden's just not doing anything this year. because you're getting a bit of sun and then everything grows and then the rain comes and drowns everything, you know. My glucose is probably way too high. I've got one of those test kits where you're supposed to stab your fingers, but I'm not doing it. My fingers take forever to heal up. And I said to her, I said, I'm not stabbing my fingers every day. You can go and get lost. You know. I said, I'm 78, so how much longer am I going to live? You're telling me if I go on insulin that I might live a bit longer. I'll not bother, thanks. I'm not stabbing myself. Doodly-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know who sent me a message. Let's have a little look. Have a little look. No, I keep thinking I'm going to get a message off Nathan, but I haven't so far. Uh-huh. Oh dear. My glucose is probably through the roof. Yeah. Did it get hot earlier? It was a bit warmer today. I've not had to have a cardigan on. I might have needed a cardigan because this dress is boring me to death. If I'd have put a nice cardigan on, I might have liked it better. Why did I buy it? It's boring. Maybe I thought it was a bargain because it was marked down from £49 to 15. So that was what swayed me, I think. I should have known better. It's not my kind of colours. Should have known better. It won't last though, will it, Sian? About 2 days and then we'll be back to rain again. We'll be back. I went in a couple of charity shops the other day. What a joke that is. They have the most terrible clothes that I wouldn't give house room to in our charity shops here. I really envy people who have nice charity shops. Or thrift shops if you're in America. The ones here. My computer, no, it's still got intermittent fault with it. We don't know what it is. It can be fine for about 3-4 days and then boom, it starts doing it again. We're going to have a heat wave next week. My goodness. Does that mean I might actually get to wear a skirt or a dress? It won't last. It will not last. We have a heat wave for 3 days. Yeah, I did. I cleaned out the excess files. I got rid of the cache. I got rid of all the whatnots and everything, and it's still doing it. I think it's a loose wire somewhere on one of the... But there's that many wires at the back of this thing. I don't know which one's the loose one or which one's got the faulty connection. I just keep unplugging them and plugging them all back in again. And then it works for a little while and then it goes off again. So just when you think it's right, you find out it's not. You think, I've cured it now. That's it now. That's fine. Nope. A fan? I don't think it's got a fan. It's only a little box like that. It doesn't sound as though it's got a fan. I never had this problem when I had a tower, you know, the old-fashioned tower. I get a modern little box and it's about as big as a cigar box, that's all it is, just a little box like that. So, I don't know. My son knows nothing about them. And there's not many people around here that I can ask, you know. When I lived in Prestwich, I could ask 2 or 3 people. They would come and have a look at it and tell me what was wrong. But here, I don't know anybody. I'm struggling. Oh dear, got an itch. I need Sheila, don't I? Need Sheila to come and sort it out for me. I'm sure she's going to drive down from Northumberland. My friend said, you need a new lead. And I said, yeah, but which one? There's about 8 leads plugged in the back of this box thing. All got different things, I presume. One's a camera, one's this, one's that, one's the other. Yeah, everybody that would help me, Sian, doesn't live anywhere near me. That's the problem. I live in the middle of no place. Yeah. I'm knitting with your yarn husband's wool here, Sian. Ethan sent it to me from Hobby or Hobby, whatever it's called. So I'm knitting with his yarn he sent me. It's very nice yarn. Very nice to knit with. I haven't seen him for a bit. I haven't spoken to him for quite a while. He must be busy with his hairdressing. I wonder where Nathan is. Not like him to be missing, is it? I know Shad did come on and went to say he'd watered his garden. Disappeared again. He must have a very, very big garden or he's run out of water. I'm not doing very well with this knitting. It's this dress. It's slidey. I can't get a grip on my needle. It's like sliding out from under my arm while I'm knitting. I can't get over the pictures of G, you know. Every time I see a picture of him, I think, my God, he's grown some more. His hair looks a lot darker than it did when it was all bubbly curls, yeah. When I look at his photos, I think, oh, where's the little boy gone? Turning into a young man. Well, it's like that with Hayley's kids. I still think of Hayley's kids as being little and babies and that. And her eldest one's just got married. And I'm thinking, my goodness, where does time go? I still think of them as being little and at school, you know. Yeah, well, Hayley's got she's got a grown-up one that's married, and then she's got a teenager, and then she's got the little one, hasn't she? Who I still think of as a baby, but he's not a baby anymore. Right, how many inches am I supposed to be doing? Oh, only 1 inch. I've done more than that already. Ending with the wrong side row and increase. Oh, 1 stitch at each end of the last row. Well, I'll have to increase it once. I've done more than that on the ribbon. So when I change the needles, I'll have to increase 1 stitch at each end of the first row and not the last row. It won't make any difference. I'm sure nobody's going to notice. It's what you call decision. What's it? Poetic license, isn't it? If I'm supposed to, do it on the last row of the rib, so I'm doing it on the first row of the stocking stitch instead. See if I care. See if I care. Oh, the teenage years are so fun. I can remember them well. I had a very tall, very large teenager who was very, very stroppy. I can remember that very well. Hey, I bet you were all good at school, weren't you? I was a bit of a goody two-shoes, actually. With our teachers, you didn't dare be anything else. They ruled the roost. They weren't quite like the nuns, you know, with the whips, but they were not far short. When they said do something, you did it, you didn't argue. You know, if you'd have gone home and said to your parents anything, they'd have gone even worse than the teacher. So if ever I got told off at school, which wasn't very often, I never told them. Never told them. Right, I don't know how many stitches I'm supposed to have now. So I'm sure I haven't got enough because I don't think I cast it on enough. Right, let me read my little pattern. Why would I finish up with an odd number of stitches when I started off with an even number? I don't know. I know nothing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56. I've got one stitch missing. But I'm sure. I daren't. I was a really goody two-shoes at school. Like I said, our teachers ruled the roost. You didn't dare say anything back to them. I mean, today, the kids come home from school and they say, oh, the teacher said this, that and the other. They're all, the parents are there, aren't they? My mum, no. If I said the teacher said anything to me, it was like, well, you must have done it. She never believed me. Never. They said, she's done this, she's done that, the teacher's told me this. Yeah, well, you must have deserved it. That's all I used to get. Right. Increase 1 stitch into pattern. Why have I got a crease in my pattern and I can't read it? At the end of every 11th and every following 10th row until you have got 71 stitches. Okay. I can do that. I can do that. Right. 2, 3, 4. I have to have a pen and paper for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a row counter, but it's over on the other side of the room. I can't be bothered going to find it, in case you're wondering why I'm writing everything down. Right, that's 3 increases. Don't think I'll do more than 3 increases, but one never knows, does one? Off we go again. I wish I had some crochet. This needle will not stay under my arm because my dress is too slidey. Everybody's very quiet today. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Everybody's busy doing things. It's not a chatty Saturday night tonight. We usually get quite chatty. It's okay. You usually you finishing the pink monstrosity. What is it? Is it a scarf or what is it you're making? I know you had it wrapped around your neck. I couldn't make my mind up. You're crocheting placemats. Ah, I see. Everybody's busy, that's what it is. You're all busy. Chrissy's probably gone off cooking. As I said, Shad went off to water his garden. I tend to wear the same scarf. I'm very boring, really. I've got a lovely scarf that's lovely and warm. And I tend to stay with that. I don't, because I wear it inside my coat, so it's not like on view, so it's not like I have it for decoration. Like some people have absolutely loads and loads of them. I've got loads of scarves. I just never wear them. I just wear the one all the time. One scarf. How boring am I? Pull a thread of yarn and you had to take. Oh gosh. You had French dip sandwich and a Shirley Temple. What's a Shirley Temple? Huh? I don't even know what a French dip sandwich is, or a Shirley Temple, so that matter. So you got me fooled there, Chris. I don't know what you've made at all. And you had to undo your dress. I've eaten more than usual today, which is strange for me. I actually had a lunch, which I don't normally have a lunch. A no alcohol fruit drink, yeah. No, I was thinking it was some kind of a dessert. I'd heard of a Shirley Temple being a drink, a non-alcoholic drink, but I thought maybe it was some kind of a pudding or a dessert that I'd missed, like yogurt or something. Oh, where did that yawn come from? I was so tired today. Absolutely. I mean, a certain idiot's daughter. I thought you weren't with the certain idiot anymore. Oh, I've dropped a stitch. So who's going to wear the scarf then now? You? I've given up on men. I think they gave up on me a long time ago. But I've formally decided I've given up on them. I knew I'd forgotten something. I didn't bring my can in. I've still got some juice here. I'm sure you'll find somebody to donate it to. Oh dear. Can't get over how quiet it is without the dogs. think the Amazon man was a little surprised because I opened the door and there was nobody going at him. I got some shearing elastic to put in the sleeves of that Granny Takes a Trip jacket I had on the other day. Oh, give over with your Hello Kitty. Resist, resist. You're not ordering any more Hello Kitties. Put our foot down. You've got enough. Got enough. Well, it's Nathan. He sent me a link. Hi, Val. He sent me a link to some wool that was on offer, and I went, no, go away, Nathan. I'm not buying any. How are you today, Val? I'm wearing my boring frock. The one I bought from that shop in Cleveland, and I don't like the colour of it now. Oh, you're not good again? Oh, give up them. Give up the injections. Nurse Janet has spoken. I've got stomach issues. It's because I'm not having my injection. I think you should give me your injections and not do them. I don't like the colour of it, Val. It's boring. It's just not me at all. It looks very mumsy, if you know what I mean, very granny-ish. I put it on and I'm thinking, what was I thinking when I bought this? I must have been mental. You know me, I like my bright colours. I don't like subtle colours. I don't like them subtle. I did find a shawl. Oh, the injections. No, I mean the injections you're having from that trial. I think I need them as well. Because I'm not. I went to get my prescription. None again. She said you could ring round all the chemists like in Blackpool and everywhere and see if anybody's got it. Then you could get it from there. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I've only got a blooming mobility scooter. I'm not ringing every chemist in Fleetwood and Blackpool just to see if any of them have got them. Why have I got a thing on my knee? A scab on my knee. Didn't think I'd fallen on that knee. But obviously I did. Go away. Now she says, I'm sorry you got your injections again. I said, I'm beginning to think I'll never get them. I haven't had my naughty go phone call yet, Val. You know, after my blood tests. I'm waiting for that. Coming number 9, your time is up. You will have your... I said, no, don't bother giving me any insulin. I've got 2 lots in the fridge. Don't waste your money giving me any more. Da, 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 da. I nearly forgot to put my pattern in there. 2, 4, 5. Well, everybody's talking me to death tonight, aren't they? It's very quiet. All quiet on the Western Front. I fell asleep this afternoon, dozy. I was so tired, I just sat down in the chair. 1 minute I'm watching the telly, and the next minute I was gone. Gone. You know, when you wake up and you're shaking and you don't. You went to Cleveland's. Oh my God. £35. God, they see us coming with them taxis, don't they? Hi Lizzie, how are you doing? Is it still hot in Greece? I know, you only go around the corner in a taxi from here, it costs you a tenner. Hooray! Sean's casting his scarf off. Hooray! Oh, you've come back home, have you? Back to the USA. No, I'm not going to the new Hobbycraft, Linda. I'm trying not to buy any wool. I've got too much wool anyway. And it would be a bit of a trek for me because I don't have a car. So it would be a heck of a trek for me to go to the new Hobbycraft. I'll let I'll let Val do that when she's feeling better. I mean, I don't know whether Blackpool would be any worse, but I watch Crochet Rocks, and she went to her local one, and she said that she was quite disappointed with the selection they'd got. It was all their own stuff, and she reckoned the prices had all gone up. So I've only ever been to one Hobbycraft. I think it was in Bolton. I think I went to one ages ago. It's the only one I've ever been to, I think. How was the weather? It's been actually sunny today and kind of warm. Not hot, but it was kind of warm today. It's saying it's 19 degrees, whatever that is. 19 degrees C. Well, you can tell I've not got a cardigan on for the first time forever and a day. Although I wish I had, because I don't like this dress. But that's by the by. Yeah. Are you going to go to the one in Blackpool, Linda? Your comment disappeared. I don't know. Did it? I don't know if it disappeared. When they disappear, how do I know if they've disappeared? I don't know. I didn't make it disappear. Oh, you found it now, have you? Right, okie dokie. I know sometimes people say to me, why have you deleted my comment? I'm going, what comment? Didn't see it. I don't delete anybody's comments. Well, not unless they're absolute plonkers, but if they're absolute plonkers, then they have to be deleted. Like the one who wanted me to convert to Islam the other day. He had to go. I'm like, no, 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 no. Oh, I thought you lived nearby, Linda. I thought you lived here. I don't know why I thought you were a local. Oh gosh, the one with, yeah, about the feet. What were my feet like? That was another weird one, wasn't it? You live in Scotland. Why did I think you lived? Oh, I think it was because you said Jane was your friend who'd opened the store in Cleveland. That's why I thought you lived. My son's in Scotland at the minute, and my best friend now lives in Scotland. She lives near Wigtown. I don't know why I had the impression that you lived down here. I thought, oh, at last there's somebody who lives near me. And no, you have to live in Scotland. Nobody lives near me. I feel as though I'm stuck in the boondocks. Nobody lives anywhere close. I've got an itchy head for some reason. No, I haven't got nits. Just got an itchy head. I think it's the shampoo I was using. If I change my shampoo sometimes, it makes my head itch. Tra la 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 la. Finally, ta-da! Sean's finished a show. A scarf. I keep saying that to a lady called Heather at the knit club. She's been making a little jacket for a Paddington bear. She's made the Paddington bear. And I keep saying I'm going to run the flag up the flagpole. Oh, I hate things when things tickle my feet. Especially when it's a spider or something. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like things crawling on me, spiders and money spiders and things like that. Don't mind a money spider though, just in case I might win the lottery. Mm. It's lottery night, you never know. I don't win, I never do, but I hope. Moths don't bother me so much, it's just I don't like spiders. One of my friends at the knit club, she went to a tabletop thing and there was a big spider in the wall behind her that she hadn't noticed until her friend spotted it. Another of my friends, she actually has tarantulas. Ah! No! Hate the things. I had another friend, Pauline, she used to come on here. She was called Night Nurse. Unfortunately, she's passed away now. I never did find out what she passed away from. I did ask her son, but I never got an answer. She'd had a stroke, I know that, but she was getting over that, so I thought. But she used to keep tarantulas. Oh, when we moved to this house, at first we had a mouse. Oh, thankfully it went. And, well, my son caught it. And we've not had another one since. I think it came in because, we used to have the doors open a lot, because of the dogs and that. I think it must have decided to come in through an open doorway. Oh, it's definitely itchy scalp. I'm not using that shampoo again. Makes me feel as though I've got creepers. Yeah, I don't. Well, we have our doors open because of the dogs, obviously. When the dogs, the doors are open, it means the dogs can go out to the garden if they need to. But you do get wasps and things coming in. My bugbear is those little fruit flies. They get on my nerves, them things. And tiny little things, about the size of a pinhead, aren't they? The very small things, I just hate them things when they're buzzing around the kitchen. Do, 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 do. I'm really itchy today. I don't know why I'm so itchy. Got itchy head, itchy face, itchy arm, itchy leg. I don't think I've eaten anything that makes me itchy. I had some ice cream before with black currants, but blackberries, sorry, not black currants. But they don't usually make me itch. Oh, it's still sore, that shoulder. Oh, I'd never make a stunt woman, would I? I've still got no Nathan. Wonder where he is. Perhaps he's gone out. Although he doesn't usually. Because I think his partner works, so I think he's in, usually. And Shad's got lost after he watered his garden. He must have a very big garden. That's one thing we don't often have to do. Water. Although my hanging baskets died because I didn't water them. When I lived in Prestwich, I used to have one that came down on a pulley, so you could water it and then push it back up again. Because I can't do steps, ladders. I fall. And I fell when I wasn't on step ladders, didn't I? Oh, why am I so itchy? Look at the growth on that. Ooh, like Lily Savage. I need to make a headband. I need to be like Lady Colin Campbell. Wear a tiara to cover up the roots. She has some lovely tiaras. She had one on the other day that was all pearls. It looked lovely. Not that I would like to walk around Fleetwood and Cleveless wearing a tiara. They would think I was a bit over the top, wouldn't they? I'd like to be able to wear one of those scarves, you know, that they tie up. So I look like Rosie the Riveter when I wear one. I watch a lady called Alternative Aging. She's always wearing these headscarves and that. She manages to look really glamorous wearing hers. But I was watching another lady the other day. What was she called? I wrote it down somewhere. Now I've lost the piece of paper. I'm trying to think what she was called. And she goes charity shopping. She finds these wonderful bargains in charity shops. I never find anything. Honestly. There's nothing I would give house room to. She was saying, oh, look for the jackets and look for this and look for that. I'm thinking, there aren't any. It's when I was showing me shawls today on my video. And I said, I know it's not shawl weather, but you should buy out a season. That's what she said. If you see anything you like and you think, oh, well, it's wintry and it's middle of summer, she said, buy it anyway, because it won't be there in the winter. Like that with my shawls. My shawls hopefully won't be here in the winter. I need to do something, whether it's to use Ko-fi or something. I just need to do something. If the postage wasn't so much to America, I think I'd probably do well selling to America. But green tea's gone. I hate green tea. The only green tea I will drink is actually in a Chinese restaurant. I don't like any of the commercial ones that you buy. I'll only drink it in a Thai or a Chinese restaurant. Oh, Twining's meh. It's tea. It's not green. It's tea, if you know what I mean. I like more like a green infusion where it's like very pale when it comes out to the teapot thing. I don't like the Twinings. It tastes like tea to me. if you know what I mean, and I don't like the taste of tea. Oh, my head is itching. It might be jasmine green tea. I know it's very pale. It looks hardly got any colour to it at all. I just don't like tea. I mean, you know, people have this biscuit tea, don't they? And other tea. Nah, just don't like it. I can't even stand the smell of tea. It makes me feel ill. You're sewing all the ends in. You wouldn't think you'd have all that many ends, actually. Depends how many balls you've used, doesn't it, really? Granny squares are a nightmare to me. I like making them, but I don't like sewing all the ends in. Oh, 4 you've got. That's not that many, though. Oh, gosh. China tea, not Indian tea. I don't like any tea. I hate to say this, but I was brought up on tea and I don't like it. I told you before, I went off tea when I was pregnant and I never went back to it. I think I'm missing a stitch somewhere. Here we go again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 26, 28, 30, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 52, 54, 56, 57. No, I'm not. Thought I'd lost a stitch, but I haven't. Who's sending me messages now? Anybody I know. Oh, God. Political. Not interested in anything political. Why would I want to know anything political? My mum used to have a teapot. In fact, I've got a couple of teapots. They're only decoration. My mum didn't like tea bags. She used to like loose tea. And she used to have a sieve, sieve all the tea leaves out. Hmm. Oh, they come knocking on the door. I don't remember who it was. I said, I don't vote. I said, I haven't even got a voter's card and I haven't got any photographic ID. I said, so you're preaching to the one who won't be voting for anybody. I know I could go and get some photo ID. I know I could, but I haven't even. I registered myself when I moved here to vote, but I've never been included in on those voting cards come through the door. I've never got one. Because my son says, how come you never get one? I said, I don't know. What happened? I said, I did put my name down. I was living here. I put it down, but for some reason or other, I don't get a vote. Doesn't worry me. Who would you vote for? They're all the flipping same. I'm not political anymore. I am the ostrich with its head in the sand. One time it mattered who you voted for because they were all different, but now... I mean, somebody said to me not long back, who is that? Are they Conservative or Labour? I said, I've no idea. No idea. Not at all. Right, I'm on to my first increase. I've got to increase until I've got 71. Right, okay. It's going to take me a while to get to 71. Huh. And my friend used to say, all those suffragettes chained themselves to the railing so that you could vote. I said, well, yeah, at one time it would have made a difference. I always used to vote, but not lately. I become apathetic, is that the word? Yeah. I hate those political broadcasts you can't get away from on the telly. Well, you can, you just turn them off, don't you? But and if you turn over to the other side, they're on the other side as well. Oh, you're going to bed now, Yolanda. Good night. Andy is waving goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, I've got no photo ID at all. It's a great bone of contention. I don't have a passport, I don't have a driver's license, and I don't see why I should buy either of them when I've got no plans to drive and I've got no plans to go abroad. So I don't see why I should. I have to fork out loads of money just to get some photo ID. Yeah, why should we? Why should we fork out? Well, it's about 80 quid to get a passport or something. And I've got no intention of going abroad. So, unless they're going to pay for my photo ID. What are you making a mess with, Jill? Oh, that was my knee that cracked, if you heard it. My knee went. Well, I wonder where Nathan is. He could be watching something on the telly. Oh, my head. I'm not using that shampoo again. She says I'm probably forgetting to use it again. I can get a free photo ID. Where would I get one of those from? I'd have to travel somewhere, no doubt, to get one. I can't vote anyway. I'm not on the voters register. Well, there's no point me getting any free. I can get a free photo ID to vote, but I can't vote because I'm not on the register. Apparently, they never put me on it. I do not exist. My bus pass is from Manchester and it's run out now. So I've never got a new bus pass since I've been here. I showed a virus shawl in the shed today. I couldn't remember its name. I was holding it up, said I made hundreds of these. I can't remember what the name. Anyway, somebody's put a comment on saying it's a virus shawl. I should know because I made hundreds of flipping things. It used to be my go-to shawl when I was going backwards and forwards to hospital all the time. I used to take it with me because it was the only one I could remember without taking the pattern, if you know what I mean. I know they're advertising it on TV, but would it be valid for anything else besides just voting? Because I can't vote, like I said before, I'm not on the voting register. I mean, would the bank accept it as ID? Or anybody else? I need to get a photograph took of her when I start applying for a bus pass. I've never applied for one of those. Because I had to, it was when it was COVID and I had to print everything out. And I didn't have a printer. And also I think they wanted my birth certificate and I thought, no, I'm not sending my original birth certificate. The tax people had my original one and they lost it for about 3 years and then one day it just turned up in an envelope. They must have found it somewhere. Because I was really annoyed when they lost it because it was the full one, you know, that you... And when you get a duplicate, they don't give you... they don't give you all the details when you offer a duplicate one. Yeah, my driver's license, I surrendered mine at 70 because I wasn't going to pay to renew it because I didn't have a car. So I couldn't see any reason for me to renew my driver's license when I wasn't going to drive. I suppose if I'd have kept it, I could have driven one of these two cars. But, you know, on my blue badge, no, I don't think I do. Mind my blue badge is up. I need to renew that as well. I don't know whether it's got a photo on that. I can't remember. I don't remember seeing a photograph on it. Maybe it does. I'll have to look later. Whether it's got a photo on my blue badge. I don't think it does, you know. I need to renew it. I got an email the other day saying you need to renew it for August or something. But it can take so many weeks for it to arrive, so I suppose I should fill it all in and get it sent off. Yeah, a lot of people used to do that. They were always in Manchester Evening News being fined for using their mum's. A lot of places, though, it's not free to park anymore. It's just they have these disabled spots, but you still got to pay in car parks. Yeah, at one time it used to be cheap. You know, it used to be free parking, but it's not now. Doesn't matter whether you've got you can park in the disabled slot, but you still got to pay, which is a bit cheeky. Has Eric got a new one? I need to do mine. Yeah, I've got a blue badge for the car, but it's only when I'm in it, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I've only ever been on one tram and one bus in 3.5 years, so I never bothered to apply for a bus pass. I should do really, because then I could use the trams. I just never bothered after my printer wasn't working when I first came here. And because it was COVID, I couldn't go in person and do it in person like I did when I was in Prestwich. I went in person and they took my photograph and they did it all for me. And it was the same with the blue badge, yeah. Yeah, the blue badge, you can use it anywhere in England. My bus pass, I can't. The bus pass was only for Manchester. But it's run out now anyway, my bus pass. My Manchester bus pass run out. It was great. I used to use that a lot. I used to use it on the tram, yeah. Yeah, I used my bus pass one time when I was going somewhere else. And the guy says to me, you can only use it to such a place and then you'll have to pay. When we cross the border, you'll have to pay. Right, okay, fine. Fair enough. Same bus, stayed on it, but I could only go free up to a certain place. Well, can I pay you now? He says, no, you have to pay when you go past the limit. I said, well, let me know when I'm past the limit and then I'll pay you. Strange. Or is it all UK? No, mine was only Manchester. It was only for Manchester. Perhaps Manchester had different rules. No, that was in Manchester. No, I couldn't use it in. I was on the Pendle bus. I was going Todmorden or somewhere. I was going, so I went over the border from Lancashire into Yorkshire, and that's when I had to start paying. Same bus. Never got off the bus, but I had to pay for part of my journey. I never used my bus pass when I was here. It was still in date when I got here, but obviously it's run out now. I've only been on a tram once since I got here, so I've only paid once. Pensioners' rate paid on the tram. It's not. I don't live near bus stops and I don't live near tram stops, so it's not like I'm hopping on a tram. I used to be hopping on the tram all the time to go to Bury. I was a bit more mobile than I am now. I used to be able to walk with my walker. Yeah, maybe it's changed, Linda. Maybe the ones I had before were, like I said, just for Manchester. You can travel all over Scotland. You probably can't travel in England, though. When you come down here, do you have to pay? You know, if you come on our trams, if you come down to Fleetwood. You'll have to let me know when you come down to Fleetwood again, Linda. Yeah, I used to go on the tram to Bury because I used to be able to walk with my wheeler up to the tram stop. It used to kill me, mind you, but I could actually do it. Now I couldn't. A red rose pass. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'll have to apply for one here. See what it says, whether I can only just travel in the Blackpool area or whether I can travel anywhere else. Not that I'm going to be wandering around very far. I mean, I've got a fold-up scooter. If I'm anywhere near a bus stop, I can get there. You buy a ticket, yeah, and it'll ask you for your stay. As I said, let me know when you're coming down again. Because I've got my mobility scooter. I'm sure I can liaise with you, as they say. It'd be nice to meet somebody for a different. Somebody that I know online comes to Fleetwood quite often. And I actually pass by where she stays, and I've probably passed by on the days when she's been there with her mum. And yet I've never actually met her yet. I said to her, if you see me trundling down, say hello. But obviously, she was staying in Fleetwood, but on the day I went to Fleetwood, she was visiting down Cleveland's with her mum. Just my luck. I'm never in the right place at the right time. And I missed my cousin the other week because I'd turned my phone off. I wasn't feeling too clever and I decided to stay in bed. So I missed her. I missed her message that she was in Fleetwood until it was like lunchtime, and she was kind of on her way back home again. We can say hi and have a coffee. You've used your bus pass in Weymouth and the Isle of Wight. Maybe my new bus pass will be multi-directional, as they say. Maybe I'll be able to go places. It's such a trek on my little scooter to get to the tram. And I don't really have a burning desire to go to Blackpool, really. If I'm going to Fleetwood or Cleveland's, I use my big scooter. But I would have to use my fold-up one if I went on the tram. Oh, excuse me, I'm just in a bit of pain. Smile and the world smiles with you. Cry and you cry alone. I'm getting fed up with this knitting now. Why don't I have any crochet? Then I could alternate, couldn't I? That's a big word, alternate. Alternate. Procrastinate, that's me. Procrastinate. Man. I'm in a right whinge. Every time I move, my shoulder hurts. I'm going to have to put this knitting down. It's giving me grief. Much as I would like to do something, it's giving me grief. Right, finish the end of this row and give up. Right, that's it. I've done a bit. Right, that's the end of that. So every time I stretch like that with me, it's right on me. I didn't realise I'd hit my shoulder until I felt it hurting, if you know what I mean. Right, end of. Go away. I got a little pattern today from eBay. It's a very old one. Look at that. Shilling. I paid more than a shilling for it. I think actually I've got it somewhere, but I haven't seen it for a while. It's got a little one done in little squares. They're done in, oh, that one's done in quicker knit. That one's done in double knit. The bonnet looks a bit small for the child, but this one's done in 3-ply. I think that's the one on the front cover. I never put ribbons on my son though, because he used to put ribbons in his mouth. Yeah. Gosh, that one's 3-ply. There's booties. Strange looking booties. And another little cardigan in 3-ply. You've got some magnetic cord wraps. What are they for? Now this one tickles me because this pattern book is as old as the hills. And who remembers the Call the Midwife blanket? That looks very much like the Call the Midwife blanket to me. And it's in a very, very old pattern book. No, it's not quite Call the Midwife, but it's very similar, isn't it? Yeah, I know it's, you can't use it in rush hour, yeah. Yeah, you can't use it when it's rush hour. You have to pay. I did know that bit, because I used to have to wait till 9:30 to get on the bus or the tram. Otherwise, I would have had to pay. If I had an appointment anywhere, I used to have to pay. But I used to get a one-way ticket. You know, say I had an appointment at the hospital and I was going in the tram, I would get a one-way ticket. Those were the days when I used to be able to walk from the tram to the hospital. Yeah, anytime Saturday, Sunday, yeah. I got some bungee cords today. The sides on the scooter roll up, they're like perspex. But I find I'm looking under them like that to look left and right when I'm looking there's any traffic coming. So I bought some bungee cords and put them higher up so that they're like more onto the roof, if you know what I mean. So that I can actually look to the left and the right without having to go underneath them. I think it was up till 4 on my bus pass. I can't remember. I've still got it, yeah. It's out of date, but I still got it in my purse for some unknown reason. What have I got today? I have got an Aero peppermint. But before I have any of that, I need just hate me pills because my back's hurting. There were little capsules and they nearly shot all over the place. Oh dear. Well, I've never been out on a night bus. Those were the days when I used to go out and come back on a night bus. I've got a long memory. Right, let's hope they kick in. See where Nathan is. See where Nathan is. Just ask Nathan if he's okay. Yeah, well, you don't know with today's blinking parents, do you? Oh, he's read it. I put "Are you okay?" and he's read it, so he's obviously around then. Oh dear. No, he's not answering me. Maybe he'll come on here. Just asked him if he's okay. He'd probably pop up in a minute saying, yeah, I'm here, I'm watching the telly. Could be watching football. Is it football? Is it the Euros or something? I'm not into football, so I don't know. Is it the Euros? I didn't think Nathan was a wild football fan, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, it's like that with taxi operators. There's a big thing going on at the moment because the taxi drivers in Blackpool are up in arms because the Uber drivers are coming in, to Blackpool, and they don't have the same regulations that the proper taxi drivers do. And also, if they are of an ethnic origin, they won't always take a dog, even if it's a guide dog. He said he's all right. Yeah, they refuse to take even the guide dogs because they don't, if they're Muslim, they don't like the dogs. But hey ho, the taxi driver's supposed to make an exemption with a guide dog. Look at that. That's a bit lime green, isn't it? Ooh, peppermint. Oh, he's answering me. Let's see what he's going to write. He's answering. He's asking me, am I still alive? Maybe he'll come on and say hello. He's still typing. Obviously a slow typer. Mine keeps going when people are typing. He's had a late tea. He's been watching a show and he lost track of time. I thought, okay. Okay. So whether we will see him or not, but he's okay. That's all we need to know. I hope Shad's okay. I hope he hasn't fallen over in the garden while he was watering his plants. Because he hasn't come back. Bit more. Hello, Nathan. We were wondering where you've been. I was just checking you were still in the land of the living. I think we've lost Lizzie. She seems to have disappeared. Maybe she's only just come back off a holiday. She's probably tired. She's probably got the washing machine on. You know what it's like when you just come back off your holidays, you've got a mountain of washing. Mind you, she's gone to a house that they have in Greece, so she probably has a washing machine over there. But even so, there's stuff you have to take care of when you've been away for a couple of weeks. Well, that's all I'm going to eat to that. It's very... You keep forgetting it's Saturday. It's a good job I don't. Hi, Andrea. It's a good job I don't forget it's Saturday, otherwise you'd all be waiting for me. No, well, he's gone missing in Tenerife. A young lad, isn't he? Yeah, Spain, isn't it? Tenerife comes under the jurisdiction of Spain, I think. He's been missing about 5 days. Well, when they take your appendix out, they blow you up full of air. So obviously the air has got to come out again. It can't just stay in, can it? It was like when I had an operation on my knee. Not when I had my fake knee put in, but when I had an operation. They pumped it full of air. And I was walking around with my knee farting for ages afterwards. It kept going, when everybody's going, wow, I said, it's my knee that's farting, not me. And it was making like noises when I was walking. That lasted for ages. I mean, I didn't think they'd put that much air in my knee, but obviously they did put a lot more in my knee than I thought they'd put in my knee. Yeah, I watch operations on the telly. I must be gory. I love things like that. You know, I like watching that surgeons thing and all that brain tumours and that. I must be mental. Why I like wearing all that. Wearing? Watching all that. Oh, I accidentally touched my knee. Oh, I don't like eyes. No, I didn't even like when I had my cataract done. Oh, oh, my bruise is progressing quite nicely. It's still very swollen from where I walloped it one. I had fat knees before, but I've got even fatter knee. Yeah, apparently, according to my friend, he wasn't a very nice young man. Anyway, something to do with him being in trouble for beating up a disabled teenager. I don't know. I don't know who the kid is, so I'm not passing any judgments because I don't know. Jay Slater is a kid who's gone, well, he's a 19-year-old gone missing in Tenerife. He's been missing for about 5 days or something. I thought it was Tenerife. I didn't think it was Greece. But there's all kinds of rumours. Some said he owes money for a drug debt. My friend said he was in trouble before that for beating up some disabled kid. I don't know. I don't know the kid, so I can't say. Can't say. Apparently, the B&B, the Airbnb he was staying at is in the middle of no place anyway. We flew to Tenerife the week after the plane went down, and it was horrible. We flew over the mountain, and we could see all the suitcases and that were all scattered. They hadn't and a lot of the people were still there, covered up with a tarpaulin. So it was a bit awkward when we flew over. We went the week after. We flew over the site. It was just, grim. Like I say, all these suitcases burst open with clothes all over the hillside, and it was just a mess. Yeah. Well, they will go out walking in the heat. Well, apparently, I mean, Lizzie's just been on here. She's just come back from Greece. It's been like 95 degrees. She said they couldn't even go on the beach. It was too hot. And yet, like they said, mad dogs and Englishmen. The Facebook group is like, what with about the kid? Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't listen. As I say, I don't know him, so. I mean, you don't go for a walk, do you, when it's 95 degrees? Unless you're used to it, you're acclimatised to it. God, they have GoFundMes for anything, don't they, Nathan, these days? Yeah, people who really need. Tell you what I was reading the other day was like 7 houses, I think it has been destroyed by somebody charging up one of them e-scooters, set on fire or something. And it's 7 houses in a row have gone. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. They have them up and down the seafront here. They're a damn nuisance. It's jip up behind people, frightening. It's scary. The electric bikes are the same because you can't hear them. They can't hear them coming up behind you. They come. And they say things like, you've got wing mirrors, haven't you? I'd have to be glued to my wing mirror like that to see them coming. Why would anybody want to go fund me for a drug debt? You haven't got the money, don't go into debt. Well, they have electric ones around here, electric scooters and electric bicycles, and they power up and down on the seafront. And they just scare the living daylights out of dogs, people. I mean, dogs have got a habit of running in front of my scooter. I always go dead slow when I see any animals. He's probably been fed to the seagulls by now, Nathan. If he owes money for a drug debt. He's wearing concrete boots somewhere. There's a lot of places in Tenerife that are very wild and woolly. Yeah, he probably is sleeping with the fishes. Yeah. Yeah, I found this shawl in the shed. I was going to sell it, but I thought, well, it matches me. My dress, it might liven up my dress a bit. Might make it a bit more tolerable. It'll be all right when I can wear it with a cardigan, maybe a cream cardigan or something. Yeah, that's one that I was making. I made it out of it. It's like a cotton cake I had of it. I did sell some of them, but then this one might just jazz up this dress a bit, because I really don't like this dress. It's crochet. It's crochet. It's crocheted. Yeah. I did make a lovely one that was, I think I showed the pattern, Doris Chan Allshaw. I made one in black, but it had a black frill, a red frill, and a gold frill. And I put a rose here. And I did sell 2 of those, I think I sold. But that was when I used to be able to sell to America, before the stupid postage and stuff. And that was when I used to have my Etsy shop, before Etsy started playing silly beggars by charging commission on the whole amount, including the shawl and the postage. Paying commission on, say, £20, £30 is one thing, but paying commission on £60 is completely different. It's not, they got more profit out of it than I did. I don't think it's fair that they charge you on the whole amount. Yeah. It's not like I'm making any profit on the postage, is it? I only charge what the post office charges me. So that's not profit, is it? That's why should they charge me on that? I really got angry with them. That's why I stopped using them. Yeah. Before, they used to only charge you on the actual cost of the, the garment, yeah. But now, yeah, I've got neuropathy. When I get into bed, my feet go all pins and needly. It takes me ages to get to sleep because it's like I'm in numb. In one way, they're numb, and then in the other way, they've got pins and needles, if you know what I'm saying. So they're kind of, and they feel like the skin's so stretched, I can't straighten them out. So they're a pain when I get in bed. I've tried putting socks on and it doesn't work. I've tried all sorts, but it takes me ages to get to sleep because my feet get on my nerves when I get in bed. And they're not so bad when I'm standing up. It's only when I'm laying down. No, mine feel like the skin's going to split. Like my feet are puffed up, and they're not. I've looked at them thinking they were going to be like 2 puddings, because that's what they feel like. Oh God, yeah, I don't get it so much now. They say you're short of some vitamin, is it, or something, if you get restless legs? No, it's not a vitamin, it's a mineral, isn't it, you're short of if you've got restless legs? You're supposed to take a certain supplement, aren't you? Magnesium, that's the one. Yeah, for restless legs. Yeah. I used to get that a lot, an awful lot. Like twitchy legs, they start twitching and going all over the place. But touching wood. I've swapped it now for a new neuropathy in my feet. I'm not sure if that's a good swap or a bad swap, but that's what I swapped it for. Yeah. I mean, thankfully, my hand is coming back to normal. Still can't feel anything with the finger ends. If I drop anything, I can't feel anything. But I'm not getting the shooting pains anymore, and it is recovering. I mean, before I can't grip anything properly. If I grip a can or anything, I tend to drop it. But it's getting there. It's getting better. He said to me at the time, it might take 6 months for it to come back. He said it might never come back. So that's cheerful, isn't it? Oh, your legs get... No, mine. Oh, if it winter, my feet... Oh, I have to put... Well, they're not bed socks, actually. They're like slipper socks, and they're really got like a felt lining inside them. I got them from Moonbeams and Mayhem, and they're really thick, socky things. I have to put them on if... wear them in bed when it's cold, because ordinary socks don't work. Somebody thought I'd made them myself. I wish I had. They were lovely. Yeah, you're going to take that with your rest of you. I don't think there's anything that can take for neuropathy. I don't think so. It's just something that you have to put up with. You know, neuropathy in my feet. I don't take magnesium. Well, I don't get the jerky legs anymore. Mine used to jerk, yeah. They call them neuropathy. I've not heard of that one. Perhaps I get ridiculopathy. In other words, it's ridiculous, yeah. Yeah. Mine's mostly in my feet. I get it in my feet. Oh, I can fall over nothing. I knew what I'd fallen over the other day, but usually when I fall over nothing. I just overbalance and over I go. I fall over fresh air or an eyelash. I keep saying I've fallen over another eyelash again. I got rid of mine. Munchkin, I've got rid of mine. Yeah. That's what I was afraid of when I bashed my knee. I thought, oh gosh, I don't want to get a blood clot on my knee, yeah. Yeah. I don't use a rollator. I probably should, but I'll probably fall and take the rollator with me. My friend has one and she still falls over. She got one that was one of those tall ones, like up there, you know. But it was like a bit wonky. Yeah. My neuropathy comes from the fact that they delayed my spinal operation. They delayed it and delayed it and delayed it until they said there was nerve damage. When I first had my spine done, I had what they call a drop foot. In other words, I used to keep tripping because my left foot was slapping, foot slap they call it, or something, foot drop. It took me ages to get my feeling back so I could walk without my foot slapping down. And because it was slapping down, I kept tripping over the ends of it. And they said there was nothing they could do because it was neuropathy from my foot. But it has eventually come back. I still drag it when I'm tired. The other day I came in and I had wet feet. And as I was walking up the hall, I could say one was a footprint and one was a slide, a footprint and a slide. And I thought, oh, I'm doing it again. I thought I'm foot slapping again. It's like when you've had a stroke into it and you drag one foot. I do it when I'm tired. But I only noticed it because my feet were wet through as I came through the hall. And it was like one slap, slide, one slap, slide. Yeah, mine was never that big. They gave me some like physio exercises to do, like bending your foot up and all that jazz. Yeah. He tends to do it, like I said, when I'm tired. If I get overstressed, I'll drag my foot. Not as bad now. I used to wear the toe out on my left foot. You know, because you're dragging your toe. I used to wear the toe out on my shoe. Hi, Jane. How are you? Oh, oh, oh dear. I'm tired tonight. I know. I never had a brace. I need a brace for my back, actually. My mum used to wear a corset, with bones down. But they told me I didn't need one. But I think I do, because it's killing my back at the moment. I think I need something to hold it upright. Oh, he's a little child. He's only 30. He's a baby. Tell him happy birthday from us. Oh, to be 30 again. Well, I don't know about that, but not to be where I was when I was 30, but yeah, but I would like to be 30 again, but not now. Not now. 30 in the years when I was 30, if you know what I mean. The world today is going to hell in a handcart. Why are yawns infectious? I don't know. Why, who's yawning? Me? If I did yawn, I don't know. You were 7 months pregnant when you were 30. I don't know what I was doing when I was 30. I certainly wasn't having a party. That's for sure. I can't remember what I was doing when I was 30, working. Apart from that, I can't remember much else about it. A lot of my life I've blanked out. My niece said that to me the other day. She said, "You've just blanked a whole load of your memories out, haven't you?" And I went, "It's the way of coping. I've just blanked whole periods of my life away that I can't remember." And it wasn't because of drugs or drinking when I was in my 30s. I've just blanked it all away. I think it's your way of coping, isn't it? It's a bit of PTSD, isn't it? Something like that. Oh, I did yawn, did I? You did, right? I don't like curry, so I don't know what I'd be doing in my 30s. Irene would be about 7, something, 8 when I was 30. 7. He'd be 7 when I was 30, so no doubt I was doing the run to the Cubs and everywhere else. That's what I'd be doing when I was in my 30s. Doing the school run, doing the Cub run, taking him swimming, taking him to football or wherever it was he went. That's what I'd be doing in my 30s. General dog's body. Yeah, generally being a mum. Yeah. You're rinsing berries for your meal. You like to eat fruit, not actually at the same time. You don't put your berries on the same plate as your dinner. I could do that with salad, but not with fruit. If I eat fruit, I eat it after my dinner. I had fruit today. I had ice cream with blackberries. You were 30. Brandon was 8. So you have a child bride then, do you, Nathan? Tortilla tacos. Ooh. I don't like tacos and tortillas and stuff like that. I'm very traditional with my food. Very boring with my food. I don't like curry. Yeah, you got a toy boy, yeah. Can't beat having a toy boy. At my age, a toy boy is anybody under 70, really, isn't it? Chuck roast with carrots and potatoes. Most of my boyfriends have been toy boys, apart from my ex. He was older than me. But yeah, the ones after him, the boyfriends I had after him were all toy boys. I never dated anybody the same age as me. Not intentionally. I didn't go looking for him. I wasn't what they call it, a cougar. But when I was younger, I did look young for my age. I don't now because it's caught up with me. But when I was younger, I could get away with, taking about 10 years off my age. Yeah, I was definitely a cradle snatcher. I was definitely a cougar. My last boyfriend was 13 years younger than me. 13 years younger than me. It was fun. But it was a long time ago. Not had a boyfriend for years and years. Yeah, my boyfriend they didn't look, I looked younger than me years, and he looked older than his years. So we kind of met in the middle. So nobody knew he was 13 years younger than me. But you can only get away with lopping a few years off your life until you get to a certain age, and then it all catches up with you. I don't get, oh, you look younger than that anymore. I get, you look good for your age. That's what you get now. In other words, you look your age, but you look good for your age. Whereas before I used to get, oh my God, you look much younger than that, is what I used to get. But as I say, when you get to a certain age, you can't hide it any longer. It catches up with you. It's like life suddenly says, right, you've got away with it for all these years. We're going to slap you with all this stuff now. I don't try to look younger than I am, though. I just try to look as good as I can for the age that I am. Yeah. I don't go around like some women do, pretending to be 40 when they're 70, wearing absolutely inappropriate clothing and stuff like. You know, I just I think if you dress too young, then that makes you look old. Does that sound right? But you know what I mean? If you're in your 50s and you're dressing like you're 20, you know, you're with it with the kids, and unless you're like Madonna or something like that. But most people, you know, they look silly if they dress like they're 20 when they're 50. You know, they look daft. And, you know, I don't know who they're fooling or which mirror they look in. But I think they make themselves look like mutton dressed as lamb, don't they? But if you dress nicely and appropriately for your age group, I think you look far better, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to look like you're trying too hard, do you? You know. Yeah, I just dress how I feel. Yeah. I went through a period of not wearing makeup because of my eyes, you know, when I was waiting to have my cataracts done and stuff like that. And but now I've started wearing it again, hoping. But I've got the whatever. You know, you can't do much about it. I don't like wearing a load of foundation, you know, so your face looks so plastic you can't move. I just use like a tinted moisturizer. I don't use foundation as, you know, plaster it on. I don't want that cakey look, you know. Right, have your dinner. Yeah, it's just yeah, yeah. I wear eye makeup and a bit of lippy, but I don't plaster on. You know, like some people use foundation, don't they? No, I don't like that caked on feeling. You know. Yeah, it does feel like a mask. You're right. If I'm going somewhere special or going out in the evening, sometimes I will wear a heavier. I won't say heavy foundation, but heavier than tinted moisturiser, if you know what I mean. But I just prefer just tinted moisturiser. It just gives you a tiny bit of colour, but it doesn't clog up your pores, if you know what I'm saying. I couldn't be doing with all that contouring stuff, you know, where they do dark bits down each side of the nose and down here and down. Oh, I couldn't be doing that. Oh, pan stick. Oh my God, did we ever used to wear that, didn't we? Used to be like theatrical makeup, didn't it? I was fortunate, really. I never had acne. I used to get one spot, you know, that time of the month, I'd get one horrendous spot, you know, like where you grow on an extra chin or something. And it used to be really awful. But I never got acne, thank goodness. Neither did my son, actually, no. Oh, pan stick, yeah. God, it used to be in a wind up stick thing, a bit like deodorant, didn't it? And you used to paint it on. Oh my God, I remember. And the Cleopatra eyes, you know, used to go upwards and downwards. Bright green eyeshadow. Oh my goodie aunt. And we thought we looked gorgeous, didn't we? And all the backcombed hair and the fake hair piece stuck on top. I must have looked like a dark version of Bet Lynch when I was going anywhere. If you don't know who Bet Lynch is, she was on Coronation Street. Yeah. And the mascara, you used to spit on it, didn't you? Very hygienic. On a block of mascara. And your eyelashes would be like startled, you know. And then we used to draw the little lines underneath like Twiggy. Oh, we must have looked a fright. I've got no bottom eyelashes now. I couldn't put any mascara on them if I tried. None there. None there. I don't use soap on my face. I haven't used soap on my face since I was about 30. I use baby lotion or, makeup remover. I've got very dry skin. I used to have greasy, greasy skin, but now I've got very dry skin. I think it's living next to the sea that's doing it. You know, the salt in the air, it's drying up my skin, something awful. I always blame living by the sea for wrinkles because I didn't have any till I came here. I could get away with having a nicer skin. As soon as I got here, my skin went terrible. It's the salt in the air, I think it gives you wrinkles. I use loads of moisturiser, which I never used to do before. No, I always use, I use a face cream now. Or I use that, what do you call it, oil? What's it called? That oil stuff you put on with a dropper and rub it in. Retinol, that's it, retinol. Yeah, I use a cleanser, and then I use that micellar water. Is it called micellar water? To get my skin clean, and then I put that oil on. You know, that retinol stuff on. But a lot of the time, I actually use it's udder cream that you use on cows' udders. Udder cream makes you. It does feel lovely when you put it on. Yeah, I got told to get that by, I think it was, she called Julie Walters. I think she was talking to a woman in the Highlands who had this gorgeous skin, and she was like about 60. And she said, "Oh, I use udder cream." And I thought, "Oh, I get a tub of that," and I've been using it ever since. So I use udder cream. I can't use. Is it Nivea that's got anything that's got perfume in makes my skin sting. It's either Nivea or Astral that makes my skin sting. But I like Johnson's baby lotion to take my makeup off with. I used to use cold cream. That's good to take your makeup off with. Cold cream. I can't wear a lot of perfumes. I'm allergic to a lot of them. Mostly it's the smell. It gives me migraine. Oh, God. You know, those heavy perfumes like opium and poison and stuff. God, if I'm near anybody with that on, it gives me a banging headache. Some women take a bath in it, don't they? Yeah, Pond's cold cream. It's great for taking your makeup off. It's difficult to get a hold of it, though, now. Yeah, I used to plaster that all over me. Oh, used to. Oh, it turns on my skin and it smells like cat wee. Used to. My mum used to use it. It smelled nice on my mum. But I've got the kind of acidic skin that turns perfume funny. I'm better off with a perfume oil, but there's not many good ones anymore. God, my bent finger. It's what my bent finger that got broke in a taxi door. Even my nail's bent. You see my nail goes bent. The whole finger's bent. It's one of those sliding taxi doors. The taxi driver shut it. He didn't realise me. If I ever got married again, I'd have a job getting a wedding ring over that knuckle, because the knuckle got broken, and the knuckle there and there got broken. And it didn't set right. Yeah. It's funny though. I've got a mark you can see on my finger there. It looks like I've still got a wedding ring on. It's like a mark of freckles or age spots, as they call them. Look at my hand. It's full of age spots. They say it's because of you've been in the sun, don't they? I must have my hands in the sun a lot. I think it's because of my scooter, as I'm driving down the seafront. If you notice, it's not on my fingers, because my fingers are like that, as I'm riding down the seafront on the scooter. So the sun's getting. It's a bit late to put sun cream on now. Bit late for that now. I shall just have, and I've got them on my face now. I've got one there, and I think there's two there, one there, one there. Lovely age spots, and they're all over my chest somewhere. Yeah, I've got them on my chest. It's lovely to get age spots. They used to call them liver spots. They used to call them livers. I'd rather them being called sunspots than liver spots. Makes it sound like you're a drinker or something. Got liver spots. I've got one there. One there as well. Maybe I should wear more foundation. Maybe I should wear some on my hands. Look at that brown hands. Can you imagine me doing tutorials? Brown hands. If they joined up, I'd look like a suntan, wouldn't I? Freckles. We'll call them freckles, shall we? My friend had freckles. She hated them. She wasn't a redhead either. She hated her freckles. They were all across there, across there. I thought they looked quite sweet, but she didn't like them. She was another advert for Pansteak, covering his freckles up. They'd kill me. And every time it was sunny and that, of course, they'd go worse, wouldn't they, We never knew about sun cream and back in the day. We never knew about factor, whatever it was. Not putting your face in the sun. We didn't know anything about that. We just wanted a suntan. We didn't know anything. I mean, lots of people used to use olive oil. Cooking oil, When you think about it. So I wonder we weren't all burned to a crisp. You got pigmentation scarring. Yeah, they used to tell you to let the sun get on a scar at one time. I know they did when I had all the surgery on my face when I was 17. I had, what do you call it, plastic surgery and everything on my face. They told me to go in the sun to get the scars to fade. I mean, they have more or less faded. Unless you come really up close to me, you can't see them. Yeah. No, I look as though I've been a smoker because I've got all these lines. Was it down there? Down there. I've got them there, and across. Right from my nose, right down into my lip and underneath is where I'm all scarred. That was a lovely young man with a sovereign ring who smacked me in the face New Year's Eve when I wouldn't give him a kiss, and he hit me in the face, broke my nose, split my lip, split me from under the nose right the way down. I had cuts here and cuts everywhere. Broke my jaw. Yeah, that side. Broke my jaw on that side. He should have been a boxer. That's all I can say. He probably would have knocked Muhammad Ali out with one punch, I think, because he knocked me out. So, because I've got one side of the lip is bigger than the other, but I've learned to live with it. But the scars have become more prominent as I've got older and got more wrinkly. At one time you couldn't see them at all, and now you can. But, as I say, good job I'm not vain in it, you know. That's one reason why I would never have injections in my lip. I can't stand it when they have to inject me, you know, for my teeth. Because of all the scarring underneath and all around. I would never have that, you know, lip filler. Because it's all, you know, it's still tender all around underneath. Even, 60 years later, yeah. It's funny if it's cold, because if it's cold, my lip goes, I'm all like a duck. And it goes frozen, like I can't move it. And I start talking like, blah, 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 blah. So I have to cover my mouth up when it's cold. Because if I get cold air on it, I can't talk. I sound like I'm... As I said, it's a good job I'm not vain, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh, it's getting near midnight now. It's time to go to Bobby's. Even though I'm on my own, you know. Still going to go to Bobby's. So we used to call it with our son. You're going to Bobo's? Yeah, go Bobo now. Lottie often wanted to go Bobo. He was a night owl, that child. Yeah, I'm getting tired, yeah. I'm heading to bed. I'm going off. Nerdy Stitch will have to talk to herself if she comes back after her tea. After her tacos or whatever it was she was eating. Yeah, I'm off to bed. So thank you all for your company as usual. And I will see you all. I don't know whether I'll see you tomorrow if I've got anything to talk to you about. I don't know. I'll definitely be putting a chirpier frock on. This one will be going in the wardrobe with it penciled in. eBay, maybe? Don't know. Maybe I could wear it when I wear a cardigan. Maybe I could liven it up a bit. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. So good night, everybody. And I shall speak to you all very, very soon. Bye now. Why am I pressing edit instead of end stream? It's time I went to bed. Bye now.